Really interesting. Wow. Yeah, really interesting how he considered the fold so heavily because people just under bluff in these $400 tournaments. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what are his bluffs? You know, like if we really think about it, like sure, ace high, like ace high has some showdown value if you had ace five, and when he raises the turn with maybe some backdoor diamond draw or something like that, he actually gets called. And on this kind of board, like what hands do you have that you're folding?
And it's gonna have some misdraws and things too. So I think calling is the only option myself. Let's see if Boogaloo got away from it. Ooh, call is 6.
So this is close between call.
Really interesting. So call is 6, raise is 7,500 is 10 points. And I'm going to say he said that because this is a very bad player. And so he thinks the very bad player is going to stack off here with worse queens a lot. I'm going to guarantee that's what he's going to say. Very interesting, though. I thought call for sure was the right answer. I never am in this spot. I don't know. Interesting spot, too. I think this is a little bit of a lesson for everyone out there, too. A lot of times, the hands we want to float with, like this one, are better as raises. So this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, and he was kind of an echo chamber for us there, saying, you know, we just get better hands to call and worse to fold. Yep. Like he's going to have some gut shots in his range. He's going to have spade draw. He's going to have king X. And we kind of, I mean, we kind of identify kind of what cards are going to be bad for us on future streets, and we're aware how to proceed on those cards.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's a very good point, man. You right.
That was the best. You didn't say anything. You won. Just straight up.
You won. I'm just.
All right, so look at this. You're not opening this. You just looked at this. You're not opening.
Button cut off, hijack, low jack, under the gun one. You are right.
Come on now. Okay. I am. So let's see if he.
He's got to open it, or there wouldn't be a hand.
It wouldn't
I'm
be a
already
quiz.
down on points.
You're already down on points in real life. Now, obviously, you're gonna cheat, but
I'm gonna evolve.
you're gonna adapt, right?
All right, let's play.
I'm going to cry if he says he's folding here. Like, if he's like, yeah, you should be folding this in this kind of tournament, and you were actually right. All right, cool.
Wah, wah.
Like a spot where we have
Ah!
standard.
Yes.
And the reason is because queen.
I just want to say for the record that this is the best 3-point score I've ever gotten in my life. Because the right answer was fold.
Right? But you heard what he said about the tables. This is a 3K.
Here comes the excuses. 10
The
points
excuses
fold.
to
It says
open,
right
if your
here.
table is particularly tight and weak, welcome to the $5 2K world. I mean, you know, the $11 10K. I'm opening this, yeah, for sure.
This is the best 3 points of my life.
That's hilarious. And everybody's 50.
Nailed it. What the hell kind of play is that from King Queen? Who does that?
Who the hell? Yeah, so Mad Dog.
Jonathan Little's an absolute crusher, so it's nice to have him.
Yeah, I agree, and I
Just
always love
coaching.
playing right after sessions like this because I feel like my brain's warmed up. I'm thinking through things, and so it's a good way to start your session for sure.
But, all right, guys, this is it.
What's up, Mike? You want to give a gist? He was saying Narco Cop was playing about depipping about 28% of hands. He had been very aggressive in this $10 buy-in, and here are the options to fold, to call, to raise to 1,200, raise to... What? Wait a minute, he made it 800, and my man's giving options to 12 and 1,400 ounces. So it's already getting kind of spicy. That's so nasty. To be on the site with these other crushers, you know, well-known poker public figures is pretty exciting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was kind of giving a little intro here too. You know, Assassinato, Matt Affleck, John Little, all coaches on the site, so very highly respectable, quality poker content.
Yep, Evan Jarvis as well. You know, remember Evan Jarvis, Matt Affleck, Assassinato, John Little.
Yeah, so I guess that just makes sense. He could just have the ace of clubs in his hand. That's interesting, though. I
How
thought
many
that was
points you got?
interesting.
You didn't do that bad. 45.
I like how you just pat me on the back. You didn't do that bad. Well, yeah, good job, buddy. Like,
The back.
I remember I got the higher score in the first one. So, we're 1 for 1, buddy.
I just want to know.
Calling, guys. Let's see if we're good.
Similar situation. That's pre-flop? I think pre.
All right, guys, we're checking, I guess. Oh, for fuck's sake.
When you're facing a min raise or just a touch more than a min raise, and there's an ante in play, which is going to be the case in most tournaments, I think, going forward, you want to defend pretty wide. If your opponent's making a 2.
All right, cool. You're going 1,400.
I'm going 1,400, guys.
I'm gonna go call with the arm and just see what happens.
All right, and
I would fold in game though, for the record, in case that's for winning it.
You won. You win. I have to concede. You win.
14K.
14K, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, no, we can't win. This is a pretty rough spot because damn it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you gonna get my chat? They like naughty things. They like just beer, alcohol,
All right, let's do I can do a $10 ACR giveaway.
$10 ACR giveaway courtesy of my man Toe. For me beating that ass heads up in this. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. We'll do this. We'll have to do it at least once a week, man. And then we'll do it every week a couple times.
So it's a tie.
I guess we got to give out $10 to each other's communities. We'll just do our own $10 free roll for each. Or does that sound fair?
Yes. Do you know what this means?
You win. I give his chat $10. Take it.
So that's cool
Filthy
because we have
animal.
2 ties and then a win from you and a win from me. This is like the epic battle. It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah, we're even Stevens.
This is awesome.
Take it.
I love it.
You know,
Stop. We got a giveaway going. Let's run the giveaway for the $10 ACR winner. Closing the giveaway. Drawing the winner. My man Sebs are getting the $10 ACR giveaway for this one. All right, we're here. We're live. We're ready to party. How y'all doing? It's the Poker Coaching Study Stream. We're back. Time to get better always. How you doing, Sixes?
what's good, fam? I'm great. What's up, Carter, client, Toe Army Sixes Mafia? Wake your ass up.
Oh,
Let's
damn.
go.
With
I'm
some
sorry.
Conviction.
Damn, I'm feeling it today, man. It's a big weekend. It's poker. We love this shit. What up? Jellyfish with their 28 time. Woo! Let's go. It's the KGB.
Right away, we get the question in the chat because we were just talking about this before the stream started. Hey, Toe, who wins? You and Marlon versus any UFC fighter?
You guys could probably get a lightweight, one of the little guys.
For
Hell yeah. Way too, yeah. You
Just
2x.
not John fucking Jones.
No, zero of the heavyweights.
Not
you
Francis
guys lose.
Ngannou. Not
Could you guys beat like a middleweight? Nah, there's not a single middleweight.
I mean, we're both big dudes, but no way.
Yeah.
No.
One
fucking
person's getting one hit. So
Marlon's that way though. Like we were sitting here one time and Affleck almost fell on the floor because Marlon said he would bet his entire bankroll that Tiger Woods couldn't beat him on every single hole, on all 18 holes.
He would beat the shit out of
He
him.
would beat the shit out Marlon don't give a fuck. I'll bet my life roll. No way, Toe. He's never tasted the machine gun.
One kick. Well, yeah,
you gotta
one
love
cap
that guy.
kick. Man,
You
yeah,
gotta love that guy.
that's right. If a flyweight gets some distance and lands a leg kick, I think you're fucking done. Like an actual connects on the leg, you're fucking
There we go.
dead.
It's funny.
Man
tangent.
down.
I at least have some training and experience. I've taken leg kicks before,
I mean,
Marlon's never
it's
felt that
been
kind of
20
pain.
years since you've taken a leg
Marlon's
kick.
never felt that kind of pain. You don't know. You don't know what he's asking.
Your leg
for.
would buckle instantly.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'd come out to shake hands, start wheezing because I'm tired, and have to sit down, take a nap. I love you. Thank you for the follow. Jelly for 35 motherfucking months. You the
Jelly's a
man,
legend.
homie.
Look at the love. What's up, John? What's up, Raging Al?
Look
Shadow
what you
Knight.
started praying. Oh,
right.
love me some machine gun. That guy's the best. All right, guys. Poker coaching in the chat. Are you ready for that?
Oh, yeah, I'm chilling. We
Sweet.
good.
Poker coaching in the chat for you guys to get involved. The way this is going to work is Six is going to pick someone from his stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick someone from my stream. The two contestants are going to compete on one of these random quizzes you see on the screen. Whichever one of you guys gets the best score against each other wins $5. Easy money. And if you fuck a hand up, this is the place to fuck it up because you fuck it up for free. Is my camera a little fuzzy?
No, you look good.
That's better.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me do this. I forget this browser.
Folded like a cheap chair. Folded like a chair Sixes owns. Sixes
This thing
fucking,
is- I am
Sixes folds
destroy-
chairs like crazy.
Dude, I like randomly find pieces to this chair. Like, I'm gonna have to get a new one. I beat the hell out of
Must
this
have got a
thing
cooler
over the
last night.
years.
This chair is missing another chunk.
Yeah. What is this random screw? Oh shit, it's from the chair.
Machine gun's the best.
All right, we'll pick a quiz. You guys know the drill. What up, baby?
Yeah, Brent, we were talking about that
Make sure
a
you
lot
guys are
before
in
the
there.
stream. Beats
Dude,
was funny
yeah.
as fuck. It's a cocaine bear versus Jones, and he'd take Jones. That shit was funny. Hold my beer.
What up? One cat. I read that.
S star, what up, what up, what up? For the people that were putting password in the chat, I don't know what the fuck you're putting password in the chat for. There's no, it don't work. What the hell? Wrong stream.
All right, you ready to pick one?
Actually, I'm still getting a couple in here. One just
No, yeah, we're gonna pick a quiz and then roll.
play. Fucking E-Spirit puts in play like this is a marble stream. Well done. Well done. All right, I'm ready to draw. Fuck it.
Carter, you ultimate troll. Why would you type that in there? You son of a bitch.
That's the giveaway.
Yeah.
Bang, I
Brother.
picked. I drew. We drew a doozy.
Oh, you already did
We
it?
brought the heat out the gate.
Sorry, I was hoping for an error. Obviously, I didn't erase the old command. What do you think? I'm a good streamer or something? That shit's gonna be in there for months
You
until
only
there's
do
another
giveaways
giveaway.
on this stream. You never have to change it. It's like the title on my stream.
Poker coaching study stream, it just stays the same.
Yeah, because I only stream this on my channel.
What up, Jay? We got Jay in the house.
Nice.
I'm
We
a
got
trader. Hell yeah.
Joey. We just fucking called in poker coaching staff right at the
I'm a trader as well. I trade my money for pain.
Is that
So-
Jerome?
No.
Yes, it is. Look at that face. That's totally Jerome. Both of you are dead to me.
Good luck.
Excommunicado.
Wait a
It's
minute.
good on my end.
Which quiz did you pick? Forgot. I wasn't
Which
paying
quiz?
attention. Yeah.
We didn't.
Oh, we didn't pick. Okay, I thought you just said
But I
something.
have two that are standing out to me right now.
Okay.
Actually, this one's better. 1925. This is a limped multi-way pot with Jonathan Little. Something we're all facing all day, every day, but through the view of Jonathan Little.
Let's do it. All right, you guys know the drill. Good luck, boys. Make sure to answer as promptly as possible so we're not just in the tank for you guys.
Excommunicado, Jerome. Don't try and sweet talk your way out of this. Hey, what's up? Win by TKO? Welcome. All right, let's play this. Sorry, I'm distracted.
You're good, man.
Let's do it.
All right, we just got in the money.
About to have fun.
That's good. It's always good to get in the money. And then a relatively loose, aggressive, battling player,
limps. I've never seen this player limp before. I don't know what's going on. He's playing 15
weird.
big blinds deep. Button decides to call. Small blind calls. Should we check? Raise to 120,000, raise to 200,000, or go all in?
This is a funny thing because there are a lot of these player types.
I'm still going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm there.
This is a funny thing because there are a lot of these particular player types that you find on BetOnline specifically there's a lot of them, and on BetOnline in general the player pool is very aggressive, so you get a lot of maniacs at your table, and then those maniacs are like maniacal with a chunk of the range and then limp the rest of the range.
Yo.
This is an interesting dynamic though. This is a guy who he said he's never seen limp before, and all of a sudden he's limping on 15 bigs.
Is it interesting?
It's
All right, yeah. What are you guys doing here? I know what I'm doing.
Definitely alarm bells. Sixes don't give a fuck. He's like, this shit ain't even hard. All day I do this.
Papa. Raging Al is checking. Carter's all the fuck in. What up, Peanut Flush? Jam and hate life when he shows ace.
Yeah, we got three shoves, and a bunch of 200K. You know who bet 200K?
Machine Gun?
Hollywood.
I should have known. I haven't heard the name today. You can't wait. You got to get it in with the first 10 minutes of every stream.
You know who came into the stream last night who I haven't seen in forever? It was
Who?
Tina.
Oh, I ain't seen Tina in a minute.
Yeah.
How's she
Might
doing?
cash all in.
Limp under the gun, read strong. No. Shadow
Says,
Knight
better
is
to find out, make
yubbing.
200K. Maybe he thinks they're still on the money.
Where
But
you at, Jay?
fold to a jam.
200K. Jay's going 200K.
Interesting, Jelly. Jelly's going to make a 200 and fold.
Okay. Are we in the money of this tournament? Where
Check.
are we at?
Didn't say anything about ICM implications.
Okay. And this is the live USPO. So Jay is 200K.
Yeah.
Skate is 200K.
Joey's checking.
All right. Did your guy go?
Joey's
You said he's checked. And we're going 200K. I can't. That's it.
So
It's-
you're going 200K?
Hell no. It's
Oh,
a
because that's
fucking
what it sounds like. Yeah,
snap
200K is
jam.
definitely out. And also, if you go 200K, Jelly, and he jams, you have to call for 360 more or whatever it is. Like, there's
Yes,
no
we're
way
in
you
the
can-
money. Oh, he did say we're in the money. I have not studied.
Limp
versus
behind
slap.
not an option.
I would
Limp
imagine
behind
it's
is
the
an
bottom of
option. You can check because you're in the big blind. So
There's too much damn money. I would have never. I couldn't even imagine doing anything else outside of going all in. Like it would be the easiest snap jam of my life here.
So I would say that
Even
I
in the
am
money.
jamming this like 85% of the time. However, if I do see a player who like never limps, suddenly limp, there are some alarm bells there. I can half see checking, but you really don't want to take this hand four ways either. Right?
I'm a raw
Kind of a
equity.
weird spot, right?
Yes, we're blocking pocket ace limps. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point too. Very good point.
Fuck that.
I mean, jamming's
Take it.
got to be.
He has 14. Another thing I always think of, there's 5 big blinds in this pot right now.
Yeah, you have 22. It's
How
huge.
much No, but like how much EV am I going to be able to print with this hand offsuit in some weird limp pot or mini runouts? How much am I going to be able to generate doing that?
Agreed.
Now I'm generating 5 fucking bigs here. He might even just limp fold at some frequency. It's not like you're getting called. If the first low jack guy folds, it's free.
Mhm.
He has some hands you flip
That's true.
with.
If you get through the low jack,
Yeah.
it's 100%.
It's free.
Joey says he would have jammed, but JL got him a little shook because this guy's never limped in his career.
That's. I
Instead
think
of
we
limping.
start.
That's an interesting tell, though. It is an interesting tell.
I mean, maybe he still just has that frequency, that hand range he doesn't want to raise and get jammed off. Maybe he doesn't know what to do. I don't know.
I will succumb and admit that I'm jamming this a lot, even with the tell, but I find the tell interesting. And I find
Me
it
too.
hysterical that Sixes just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, tell, no tell. This is 14 bigs with 5 bigs and dead money, and I got 22 bigs. I'm all in. I don't give a fuck.
But I think even if you run into it, you start to develop PTSD and not take the most profitable line.
True.
You ran into aces by one guy limping here, and now you just leave infinite money on the table.
Or you take the flop 5
have
ways
fucking
and you,
PTSD.
flop top pair and lose
Yeah,
because
there's
it's so
14 fucking. Nah, there's no way.
Okay.
Dude, you've had one bad thing happen to you and you stop playing well. I'm all in. I don't care. It's free.
All right, we're checking. Let's find out.
We're going 200K.
I have to
Go all
presume we
in.
should
Stop
not worry
talking to
about
yourself
the button
like
or the
this.
small
Stop
blind
doing
at
this.
Checking was
all. So we're really only concerned with the
Stop
low
doing
jack's
it.
initial limp. I definitely think this initial limp is going to be aces or kings or queens or jacks some portion of the time. Most likely aces and kings and queens.
Yep.
Maybe ace king. But it could also just be random suited connected type hands where the guy decides to splash around randomly. So I really don't know what's going on. And in general, I err towards
This is
the
the ball.
cautious route if I really am just very confused by something that's going on, because you can't get in too much trouble by playing cautiously, right? I mean, you may cost yourself some equity, but you can't get in too much trouble. I think the default play in this scenario under any normal circumstance, though, given we are effectively 15 big blinds deep against the low jack, is to just rip the money in. Go all in. If they happen to have the
Easy as
aces,
shit.
the kings, or the queens, whatever, such is life. I think that's probably the default play.
Yeah.
I don't like a small raise, because then when we get limp jammed, it's awful, and also any raise size would give everyone okay odds to call whatever they have, and we will get called sometimes from out of position with a relatively shallow stack to pot ratio, which is, I don't think, a particularly great spot to be. So I think we're probably best off either shoving or checking, and I think shoving is definitely the right play. This time, though, I went with the read that I thought the low jack liked their hand. I thought they liked their hand a lot, so I checked. All right, flop comes ace 4-2.
Fine.
We're gonna check everything. Low jack bets 45K. Button, tightish, aggressive-ish player calls. Okay, should we fold, call, raise to 145,000, or go all in?
What do we do now, guys?
What now?
It's a funky, weird hand. In this spot all day. Every 11 nada tournament you play.
I ain't been in this
happens
spot in
this
years.
all the time. Well,
I'm
I guess
jamming
with a
this
jam pretty.
100% of the time. This is why you need
Had
to
you
play
raised
volume.
and got 3 callers, that would be more.
Yeah.
What's the question? Yeah, there's a question here. Machine gun. All options are on the table.
Peanut says jam now, shove.
Imagine just lost to 4s. Ah!
God damn. This is fucking crazy. What are you
I do
guys
think there's
doing?
some
Jay is calling.
interesting variables to consider here. Couple of raises. C-Star's raising. E-Spirit raising. Sir Axel raising. Kept calling. Cat Chick raising. Machine Gun says, is there even a question here?
What's up, UCLA?
I assume means jam. S-Star going 45. Meatball going 45.
Eric, you got to come back and hoop on Tuesdays.
There's a bunch of
Come back
options.
and hoop this Tuesday. It was super packed, dude. We had like a fucking 2-game wait.
Joey says, call way ahead or way behind. Don't have a lot of cards. In
Might get
one.
2 ports
Don't
this
wanna
week.
put the pot. Joey called.
We are calling over here.
So is Joey.
All right, Jay calling. So, couple rules apply, and you see this. This is like our best ace X here. Like this is literally the top of our range.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get any fucking better. One thing I do know, he's not limping. You want to? He might have. Now it's even more unlikely he has aces. You want to know what he's not limping? Fucking ace king. He ain't limping ace king.
Agreed.
If he is, fuck it. Take it all. Literally take it all. You know what the guy behind isn't over limping? Ace king. And if you run into the set, so be it. He ain't got 3-5. We better put some money into this pot rather than start letting them realize equity hit 2 pairs, slow down. It goes check, check, get 3. No, fuck that. Put the money in now, right? We got to check raise, maybe 145, maybe all in. If we put it, our call puts 330 in the pot. It's gonna be a very awkward SPR 145. Let's just jam turns. Yeah, I don't know. Going all in seems like a little bit much, but you could still get called by worse.
Yeah, I'm kind of a weird thing here. Like, I 100% agree with everything you said, but then I'm thinking if I raise here, if he never has ace king, he's not really limping ace 10 either. and he's not limping ace nine. He's not limping. He says he's limping
So
ace
you
jack
keep
or ace
keeping
queen. Yeah, because when I raise here, the likelihood of the low jack having an ace is really slim.
The dealer button has what?
The dealer
like,
button's probably got an ace a lot of the time, but here's the thing: like when it
Yeah, you can
goes
even just have,
bet,
like, a
call,
small pair,
and we raise here, we have 0 bluffs, we have 0 marginal aces, we only have straights, 2 pairs, sets, and good ace X. That's literally all we have. So we're like turning our hand face up, and I think we just get a lot of folds, which is making me
I can
kind of
agree.
call on a board where it's rainbow. We don't really need a lot of protection. We block the
It
backdoor
is
spades
rainbow
at
as
least.
well. We don't
So
need
I'm
to
kind
worry
of like
about gut
calling the
shots
spot a little
either.
bit, yeah. And I'm trying to get better
Just block
because
catcher?
in game I like bet the nuts, bet in a call. Someone's got an ace, I jam. But I'm kind of looking at this spot a little different.
I'm looking at the SPR as well. It's a little bit awkward because when we call, there's only 330 in the pot and 515. Like if the SPR was like 1 for both players, I could see it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think you make a good point. All right, he's convinced me. Just call. This is why we're friends. I need
Watch him jam
people to
it.
keep.
Watch him
I need-
jam it.
Watch him jam it as well. I
It's
have
also
no
why
idea.
we're both hard stuck rags.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
You
All right, let's
need
do
better
it.
friends, Obi.
We have Justin Saliba and
Let's do it.
Acevedo and
The
Matt
light.
Affleck.
The light.
All
All
right,
right,
we
let's
call.
do it. We call.
I was right.
This
Fuck
is
my life.
another pretty weird.
I'm not
spot we
listening to
found
you
ourselves
anymore.
in,
Call
because
us a
even though we have
9.
very good hand. We
Fuck
are
that.
losing
I
to
was right.
aces and ace king.
Raise.
We
It's
don't
the
play
best.
And if they did have
We
ace
don't
4
play for
suited, ace 2
nines.
suited,
No,
pocket fours,
you
pocket
didn't.
twos, all of which
Talk me
both
into bad
players could
plays.
have. We also lose. So it's a very, very odd
God
spot.
damn it, Toe.
I think the play, though, in this scenario,
was
because we
right.
are so shallow and because we are out of position, is to just
I
put
would
in a
always
raise
check
immediately.
raise too.
If they do have a worse ace, they're
Why
always
lose a
going to
player?
stack off. We're always
Like,
going
our
to lose a
hand
lot
can't
of
get
chips
better.
at least.
We need no protection.
And the alternative
Me
is
and
to
JL.
call, but if we call and they don't have an ace, or if they have a bad ace, it's going to check through very frequently on the turn, which is also not great for me. So I think we just have to put in the raise out of position.
Yes, that's what
Now,
I was. My thought was it
realizing
checks
we're just-
through.
we're going broke
I don't
here.
know,
Try his
man.
board.
If we
Two
have to
play.
run into it.
Yeah, but
So
they
I
go
go for the
run
small
and
raise.
shit.
You don't want to go for the small raise to keep your opponents in whatever garbage floats or pocket
Instead of going
kings
all
or whatever
in.
they have, right? We do go 145. I don't think we want
Yay.
to rip it all in, because if we rip it all in, we're only going to get called by a good ace, and we're actually
Okay, so he's raised, not
against
jamming.
that. I'd rather keep them in with all
Yes.
sorts
Keep it
of
small.
ace X,
That was
5
my
fours,
initial
whatever.
thought.
Turns an 8, which is great. Should we check? Bet
I know
140,000.
what I'm doing.
Bet 300,000, or go all in.
What to do? This is an instant decision. What's up, Kino?
I mean, they do have that jelly, but once we have ace queen and we flop the fucking ace 4 deuce rainbow board, like it don't matter anymore. We were cautious pre, but once we hit ace queen with ace 4 deuce with ace queen, we're just fucking putting the money in on 20 bigs, right? Like
Damn,
it don't matter if it's got 2 pairs or set. Like we're going broke. It's just about how we get the most chips and keep, and how much protection do we need?
This is like a fucking 10K, sir. This is a live 10K or something. 5K. It's a USPO. They ain't running 500s. 1Ks at this thing. It's fucking big boy buy-ins.
Mic jamming. Albatross.
I'm seeing some 300Ks.
27 months, homie. I appreciate you. We're not dead. Why is everyone so convinced we're dead? I'm like, how do I get my chips in the most effectively? And everyone's like, look, now we're dead. Holy
What?
shit.
Nobody in the mafia
Need
shook.
protection.
Everybody's just trying to.
Got all the ace, deuce, ace,
All right.
4, 2s, and 4s. I don't give a fuck.
Jam for A1 Seth. Welcome.
300K for Julian. 140
right.
for Joey.
PTSD for Toes Army.
You guys watch me get kings more than any player in the history of the world. You guys watch me lose with kings more than any player in the history
Stop
of the
telling
world.
bad beat stories.
No,
on
wait,
stream.
there's a final sentence. You guys never see me deviate from getting those motherfucking kings in every single time.
True.
Fuck that
True.
shit. I don't give a fuck.
All right.
Has the password been released for the GP anniversary free roll? You should go to the GP stream and ask them.
Oh, you're like the ambassador for the channel, man. You're
But
like
I'm
one of
the
their
worst
ambassadors.
ambassador in the world. I love GP. Great place to play. Don't know a fucking thing about what goes on there outside of Fridays.
All right.
I'm
All
the
right.
worst.
We are going 300K here. And what are
we're
you guys
going
doing? All right. So for everybody that bet 300K, because I've seen a lot, think about the size of the pot in the SPR. You're putting 300, there's going to be 8, and then there's going to be like 1.2, and he's going to have 4 behind. It stinks. Just go 140, go like quarter pot, and then set up the true 0.8 or something like that SPR. You go quarter pot here. I think that's just fine. You still keep in all the worst hands as well, and then you could just rip river. We are still not afraid of anything. This doesn't mean a damn thing. And you can't just get shook about just overbet jamming this turn either. Like, you still might condense his range a little bit too much.
Yeah, I agree. I was kind of waiting to say that too. Like, I think that this guy is heavily weighted toward ace-X now, right? Like, call check raise on the flop on this board. What does he have that isn't ace-X?
Nope.
So if that's the case, and we go 300 here or jam here, let's say, you start to push out ace-9. Like, if you check raise this board 3 ways and then bomb the living hell out of turn, I'm folding ace-9 100%. And you really want to keep that in. They can never fold for 140. So I love that bet size.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going quarter pot here. Given this SPR to hand, no protection. But if you think about checking here, he's just going to decide to maybe check back, and we could still get all the money with 2 bets.
Mm-hmm.
And if we check back, he may just decide, hey, my ace-9 isn't worth 2 streets. My ace-10 isn't worth 2 streets, and then it gets awkward, and we could have got it all, but we didn't. We just get a small value bet, 33. No, fuck that. But we're going 300. Let's see it.
We are 140.
If we're going to bet in this spot, I think we need to go for a small bet, given if we are ahead, we are just smashing our opponents. And I like a smallish bet in the spot of about 140K. Notice 140K will make the pot up to
Smaller,
what, 700K, 800K, and the opponent will have way less than that going to the river, so we can easily jam. So I think that's the default. I mean, I may check here if I, for some reason, think the opponent floated the flop with something like Queen Jack of Spades. If you think your opponent's range is very much in that vicinity, then you definitely want to check to give them a chance to bluff. But without that read, I think betting 140K is very nice. I opted to check, though, and like I said, I don't love this play, and it's definitely not the default play, but if you can kind of look and tell your opponent doesn't like their hand, or if you think they may just like rip it in on the flop with ace-X, or if you think they'd always raise pre-flop with ace-X, anything like that, then I think checking becomes way better, because then we give the opponent every opportunity to do something absurd. And you got to realize, when we check raise flop small, they have to put in 100 to try to win 535. A lot of people cannot help themselves here. They will call
sometimes. Sixes.
Any backdoor.
Can't just ram it home every time.
It's
You got to turn on some very mana low, light some candles.
So I'm okay with checking. I don't think checking is like terrible, assuming that's the assessment about the opponent's range. But I think in general, the right play is just to bet 140K and then jam river. I check. Opponent goes 225.
Hey!
Should we fold, call, or go all in?
What up, contrast? Oh, damn, he did take the bait, huh?
He took it.
So do we go for the unicorn here? The ever elusive double check raise. You don't see that very much. When was the last time?
But like he said, he has some information. And when we're playing these hands in these spots, I'm literally just trying to think of the best theoretical line, unless he gives us some information. He gave us no information beforehand that he wants to induce this type of player, and it's good.
He has an interesting pot, because when we check raise flop, does this guy call with fucking jacks? I don't know. Does he limp behind with jacks? No. So, like, what the fuck does he have when he calls check raise flop multi-way?
Damn. This is interesting. It's like 50-50 between call and jam.
Never balancing your folding.
That check back looks weaker. Peanuts calling.
The mouse says no straight, no flush. Jam.
817 calling. Shadow Knight calling.
If the suck out with ace four is coming, E-Spirit, it's fucking coming. Yeah. We're going broke with his hand. Like, it's not about not going broke here. It's about how do we extract the most value at this point. Joey jamming.
Bring back some hardware and some. Oh yeah, thank you, UCLA. I can't wait, man. 4 weeks away.
I say bring back some memories of a lifetime. Make sure you get away from the casino.
I don't think it's in a casino.
Make sure you get away from wherever the poker is and see a little bit of Ireland for sure. Make sure that's.
Oh hell yeah! I got a friend. I got a buddy coming with me.
You're never gonna get back there again, right?
Yeah.
C is what you keep.
Hey, why am I not going back again? Is something wrong with me? Why am I not going back?
No, it's just one of those places like, who the fuck goes to Ireland ever?
Hey,
Right?
I'll
Like, it
maybe
just
go
doesn't
back to
happen,
that.
You know?
If it's super sick, should it be a poker trip every year? Because they host it every year.
Yeah.
If it's super,
It's a hard place to
super
get
dope.
to. Amazing. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I think we
All
once in a
right.
lifetime.
Yeah. No, I
So this is interesting. I mean, I'm probably jamming here. Because like now, we get called by his ace-X. He's priced in with some of it, and he might be more inclined to call. Plus, I think if he does have some sort of underpair of some sort, he's going to check back river when we call. He's not going to just jam river with, again, jacks, 8s, and 9s, or jacks, 9s, and 10s, which he shouldn't even have. So, like, I don't think we lose by not jamming here. I think if we jam here, we get called by his worst ace-X, and he's never bluffing again.
Well, the fucking thing is now you've checked here literally to induce this guy to bluff because you think he has bluffs, and now you're gonna whatever range calls your check raise is probably going to jam itself on the river, or now we still have whatever bluffs he may have in this spot because we checked here thinking we would induce some bluffs. So why would we change that narrative?
Question.
I don't know. I would call just because we've checked to induce bluffs and keep worse hands in his range, and now we're just going to condense all the same hands that would have. It just fucking.
Question for you. This is a limped pot, and this check raise on the flop. What bluffs do you have that you're calling? What equity or what hands are you calling the check raise with in his spot?
What hands am I calling the check raise? I mean, he could still
pot,
have.
You check raise this board. What are you calling?
Well, he overlimped, so he could still have pocket 3s, pocket 5s. Certainly can have those. He can still have a hand like ace 5, ace 3 suited that didn't want to ISO this limp because it had the same kind of feeling about ISOing limp from a strong player that you had felt about your ace queen. Mm-hmm. So he has those worse combos, right, as well.
I can get down with those smaller pairs. Here's another question for you. When you are multi-way and there's a bet and a call and you're in the front seat, what bluffs do you have as a check raise?
What bluffs do I have as a check raise on this flop? Mm-hmm. I mean, since I got to the flop with my entire range and it like gets here, maybe I need to check raise like 2, 3, king 5 of spades, king 5 of diamonds, king 3. At some frequency, if I think it's weak enough, and I have more 3, 5s, 2 pairs, and I literally have my entire range in this spot at play. I have all the 2 pairs and 3. I have 3, 5 fucking offsuit. So if you're really sick in the head and you have a fucking huge set of balls, yeah, you can just do that with the gut shot in the backdoor straight draw and stuff like that, blocking ace king. Yeah,
I mean 3-5 gets there, right? So you need to have like 3-6.
Well, no, in the big blind, if you're asking what kind of bluffs I have, any bluff with the backdoor flush draw and blocking. But I'm just saying king 5.
I mean, that seems
using that kind of stuff.
And a call of a guy who limped on 14 and then leads on an ace.
With a backdoor flush draw,
what I'm saying is like this is tissue paper thin, and like we're repping such a strong range here because I have almost no bluffs to no bluffs here when I check raise. And then he's still called, right? Like I'm like, if I have no bluffs and you're still calling, you're just so fucking ace heavy. And my argument would be like if I was in this guy's spot, I would likely bet like ace 9 or ace 10 here or something like that.
And then just check rivers.
And then snap check river every time, which sucks.
I mean, yeah, I can see that as well. I'm very.
And I don't think either of us have any
opinion
bluffs. And like we have no bluffs, and we have either of us have any bluffs. So it's interesting. It's really interesting.
We're jamming.
So is Joey. Let's do it.
If the opponent has an ace, I presume we're going to get all of their money on the river the vast majority of the time.
Nice.
And if they do happen to have a bad ace, they may even fold to a shove. So I definitely don't want to shove in the spot. If they have a busted garbage draw, I really want to keep them in because they are drawing.
Oh, he said he doesn't want to
check call it off on every river. So that's
this is wrong.
Plan if I do call. I'm definitely not folding here.
See?
I mean, the only way you could ever fold here is if you're just
this
sure this player has a set. But you're never going to be able to just know most people have a set, especially if they're
is wrong.
Decently good high-stakes players. So we're going to call and check river, give him every opportunity to bluff. I check river.
I was right.
He tanks for forever.
And he
checks it back.
Of course he does.
And we win.
Okay, cool.
Funny enough, this player who limped
way
back in the beginning of the hand
could have been a straight bluff, guys.
Actually made a point to keep his cards and then showed pocket kings. So kind of a neat spot where
pocket kings.
Exactly.
That live read well,
You would have got it all.
Costed me money
Sucked out.
because, well, cost me money because I would have jammed and got called, of course.
Nope.
I would have won. But notice we would have
Let
gotten
me
the money in
report
very
this quiz,
poorly.
'cause
And
the
instead,
last
we
score
check, see
is
the flop, try to make a
question
hand, and if we make a hand, then we can be
This
way
is
more
wrong.
comfortable putting in money.
By
So
the way,
it's a
guys.
rather interesting spot where if this guy had just raised, I certainly would have shoved. But because he limped, he gave me the chance to not get my money in poorly pre-flop. So don't get tricky, don't get fancy. Just min raise your best hands and give your opponent the easy all in with the ace queen.
Yeah, so the last this portion was wrong. It's go all in was not 10. He said he liked call for almost
I'm
all
wondering
the
if
reasons
both
I
were
said
10.
like call, but
Maybe both were 10. But
yeah, maybe both
could
were
be
10 so we
fucked
could
up.
ask him.
It could be fucked up. I just sent it in.
Yeah, I didn't click. All right, cool. But even before that, we got a 27. We were struggling that one. Jay, it's all good. You represented, my dude. It's all
Tough
good.
word spot.
It was a lot of tough spots. Like you don't see this shit often. Like in this deep with the hand. It's
this
just
exact
all
hand.
awkward. Yeah, and then flopping top pair to multi-way action. None of this. These are tough ass spots, and if you got spots wrong, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all do. Like I got some of this wrong somewhere, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What'd you guys get?
Joey smoked it, man. 8, 9, 10, 10.
Beast. Well done, sir. It's all good. We need more like this. Yeah, this was a very good quiz. A lot of discussion. A lot of different answers in the chat and stuff like that. So that's good.
And maybe
Sweet.
not with this hand as much, but we are in these 4-way limpy pot spots a lot with like
Especially
let's
in
say
a piss
ace 10
low.
here, ace 9 here or something, and it's similar thought process to watch, to navigate these tough spots. All right, Joey, let me know how you want your money. Keyword.
Yep.
It's your turn.
Bluff. I just seen bluff in the chat. Bluff.
All right.
I just seen just bluff.
We'll take bluff.
That's it. Solid, quick, easy.
Gift the sub, says Joey. You the man, Joey. You the man.
No jam pre, close to in the money or something. Oh yeah, you came in late. He's just had some long window. This is the first time that a player like that had limped.
Like
Yada yada
He was on
yada.
14 bigs.
The jam was 10 points though, and the hand would have been over if it was me. I would have only jammed there with that. That's the bottom of the jam range. Like, even given those circumstances, that's the bot. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like fucking clicking around.
Pick a quiz.
All right, cool. Let's see what we have. Hey, some 1-2 no limit, 1917. We got to do cash. We're doing cash every week now. Also, what up, Deku? Guys, make sure to give my man Toe a follow randomly. I'm just gonna throw that in there. And if you're interested, you can hop on the multi-stream and then hop in both chats to try to enter as well. So it's good for you, a little bit more value if you hop in the multi-stream and get in there. Cat jam next keyword. Look at all these people with the pre-cat jams out there. Son of a bitch.
There you go, Smash Poker. Congratulations on the gift sub, courtesy of my man, Mr. Joey.
Joey's a legend, dude.
Did you pick a quiz?
Yeah, I did 1917. Pocket eights and 1-2 no limit.
Awesome.
I love cash now, but still don't have the time to play it, but I love it.
Well, it's good to mix it up.
Yep. I am ready to roll it whenever you are.
Yep, let's do it. Praying. weekly
Every
weekly
week.
contestant.
Look at this. Main client has won the giveaway.
Oh, shit.
Every week now. Look at this guy. How good do you run? That's 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I just sent you the money from last week today.
That's why you remember.
Yeah. Library Online, I've just been studying it and hosting some study groups. I host the PC Cash Game Study Group, and we dig in marked hands and look at a lot of study material for it. It's fun. Cool. Yeah, I'm ready to get into it whenever you are, my man.
Let's do it.
Oh, this one hand is Cat. He's been mostly online.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
In there.
Hello, Poker Coaching members. Evan Jarvis here for PokerCoaching.com, coming at you with another cash game
Onyx.
quiz. Today we are reviewing
Don
a
from
1-2
Donktown.
no limit hold'em hand.
Yeah, wherever
from
Dunktown is.
888 Poker, where we
That's
have
where you're
some
from.
splashers in the mix. In the small blind, we have hooked on Ponix.
Mayor of
He's been
Donktown.
poning the competition prior to the time we got to the table. He's sitting on a $660, 330 big blind stack. And then in the big blind, we have the Don of Donktown, who's sitting with an 80 big blind stack. And, well, that was all the information we needed to know that this opponent was not
80
a
big
professional
stack.
poker player that we were up against. So this hand starts with us on the button with pocket eights, the snowman in red. Maybe it's a little Christmas season. I don't know. Anyway, what should we do? Should we fold, call, raise to $5, or raise to $6?
I find that interesting. All we need to know from this player is that he didn't top up, so he's not a pro. Immediately. Tell.
So maybe would it be a nice little, like, what if you just went and sat 90 bigs deep at every cash game and got people to think you were dog shit and you play very well
Yeah,
and got bad notes? Is that a thing?
I guess so. Because when I was first
Fuck
playing
it, I would
cash
do it.
a few months back, like I wasn't always topping up immediately. I'd wait for it to get down $15-20. So it's like kind of similar.
Dumb.
But also not a cash pro. So the tell still holds true.
But not making an extra 10 big blinds that you didn't buy in for when you get full stacks is kind of sad. So.
No blind left behind.
There's some short stack regs out there to reduce variance. Interesting. What's up, Molten Ashes? Savage
Don't
Ashes in the house. Savage.
But this isn't even short stack though, right? This is in betweeny stack, which is the tell, right? It'd be different if he bought in for like 40 bigs versus he had 100 down to 80 and didn't top.
Whatever.
Password for the 4 p.m.
established
game.
raise
You know what you
5
should
or 6
do?
online.
You should
Online.
ask someone on the global poker stream. You in the wrong place.
They're excellent. Whatever the established raise 5 online, 6 live. Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting
All right.
point, eSpirit. What if a guy like me buys in for 40 every time because I'm a fucking god at 40, but I suck at 200 blinds deep?
All right, you ready? This is
Doesn't
easy as
even
shit.
Entertain it. This
No.
is easy as shit. Yeah, raise 5.
You're a beast. You're a beast. Live, online, cash, whatever. It's fine. Easy. All right. Yeah, it's go 5, but he's gonna say 6 is okay. We see this every single one of these.
2.5. Easy peasy. We went 6 though. Let's do it.
5
you're
was
picking a
a
raise,
10 as well, by the way.
I'm into it. Our hand is way
10 as
too
well.
strong to be folding. We don't want to be opening the pot with a limp on the button. That's not what we're doing on this stack size in this format of cash games. We want to be raising. In terms of your sizing, 2.5x, 3x, it's all good. Whichever one you choose, you're getting 10 points. I happen to do 2.5x in the moment. That's the sizing I'm usually doing in these spots. Maybe sometimes 2.7x. Sorry for not giving you that option on the quiz. Everything is good. Hooked on Ponix, the reg folds, the small blind. We have a call from the big blind, the Dawn of Donktown, and an okay flop. Jack of diamonds, 4 clubs, deuce of hearts, 1 overcard. We have
Does
a
he
hinder
donk lead?
pair, but
Yep.
our opponent doesn't check to us as they would usually
These
do.
quizzes
He
are
decides
cool
to lead
today.
out for 4.5 into a pot of 11. Action on you. What should
All
you do?
the
Should you fold,
substandard hell you face
raise
every
to
day of
10,
your life.
or raise to 15?
All the shit-
Donktown does not disappoint.
You study for one thing and then you get like
Off the charts.
hit with this. Yeah, every time, dude. Anybody getting nasty with 8-8, doing anything outside? Call the dawn. Dunks be dunking, no. Snap green tag this dude and call.
Damn, we got a bunch of people in here who are not scared
Whoa.
and snap raising this donkey.
Really?
Hollywood, S-Star, Lim by TKO trying to knock a fool out in this one.
Don't fuck with those cats. They are not messing around. They take pride in their opens. You don't get to just dunk lead my open.
I'm uncapped. I still have aces.
Uh-huh.
You remember, not like this, but you remember that old school mentality where like, how did he call my triple barrel? I played it like I had aces. People used to say
Yep.
that shit every time. You never hear that anymore.
Hell no.
Probably wants to take us down now, but since we don't like any overs on this board, Braden is calling.
Yeah,
Johnny
main
raises.
client is calling.
So it's donk leads with a 4 deuce and calls the raise. He's going for value town.
Nope, you can't solve this hand, so
Cat chick raising this. There's a lot of raises. There's more raises. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 calls.
no, we got fucking
1, 2,
90%
3, 4.
calls.
It is 6 calls to 4 raises. It's close.
Oh,
Army woke up angry today.
Yeah, they did. Holy fuck.
All
All right. Yeah, we're calling.
We are calling as well.
Yep. You calling or raising?
Never, ever raising. If I'm raising for value, we don't get called by worse. If we're going to do shit. If we're raising as a bluff, a jack is never folding.
Yeah, we don't have
pocket 9s and pocket 10s, because those are hands that are better that we're trying to get fold as well. Aren't folding.
He doesn't even have those as flatting.
But they're not even folding.
Well, he doesn't even have those because he just flatted pre.
Right. I'm just trying to think of what better that folds. Nothing.
None.
0.
Call.
Yes.
Yeah, snap call.
Yep.
And then I do think I would have. I mean, if I had king, queen, or clubs here or something like that, I'm only raising. Like there's hand classes, I'm going to just raise. Like king 10, king, queen of clubs, hearts, diamonds, 2 overs, a backdoor flush draw, my jack, maybe even ace, king, ace, queen with the backdoor flush draw, ace, king, ace, queen off with the single. I don't know. I would fucking try to eat this alive a lot, but under pairs a call.
So first thing we want to do is think about our opponent's range for leading out here. Does he ever have a jack? Maybe. Usually when they have a jack, they're going to be check calling or maybe even check raising if it's a strong jack or a 2-pair or something like that. Does our opponent ever have 2-pair a set? Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Does our opponent ever have mid-pair? Yes. Does our opponent ever have bottom pair? Yes. Does our opponent ever have random overcards? Maybe. Does our opponent ever have gut shots or an open ender? Probably. So against all those hands, what do we want to do? I'll tell you what we don't want to do, and that's fold. Because we are beating the majority of the range here, and we are getting a nice price. We're in position. It's still early days on this hand. I am going to be calling in this situation 90% of the time. We have position. We don't mind our opponent thinking that he has the best hand and thinking that we're just floating, so we can get more value from a 4 or a deuce. Those hands do not have a lot of outs against us. The merits to raising, if we decide to raise, are to get protection against the mid pairs that have some outs, and to charge the straight draws that our opponent has.
Channel point.
If we're going to do that, we want to go for a large size. If we go to 10, we're actually just pricing our opponent in with those hands. But if we go to a large size of 15, we are charging the draws appropriately, and we are doing a good job of protecting our hand. The one downside to raising a 15 is I don't know if mid pair is going to be calling that raise. So we're knocking out a lot of the hands that we are way ahead of. And a pair of jacks will be calling that, although he doesn't have a ton of those. So we are building the pot against some of the hands that have us beat, knocking out a lot of the hands that we have beat, and kind of charging the draws appropriately. But we have to deal with a bigger pot on later streets. So I think the best play here is to simply call. And the turn is the 7 of clubs, which doesn't really change anything. Unless our opponent has 4-7 suited, I guess. Pocket 7s, I don't know. Anyway, our opponent continues his donking, and you can see why he is the Don of Donktown. With a 3/4 pot bet of $15, action on you. What should you do? Should you fold, call, raise to 30, or raise to 45?
I'm trying to channel points thing right now. I'm starting a prediction. In channel, you have 2 minutes to bet your channel points. I'm going to try this. All right, it's in there. What should you do? It's in the channel point section. It's on top of the chat.
I
just typed it in to try it. Yeah, I'm trying it. You can bet channel points in a prediction.
He's trying to level up on this stream. You see this?
No, I got a great Keno, man. Keno made a great fucking point. I think that's a great idea. And I mean, shit, let's go. Thank you, man. Big Shay, what's up, legend? Look at this cat. Well done, man. Appreciate
everybody in the stream calling.
I get frustrated and rage. That's the realest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Fuck you, raise.
Yeah.
Nothing's cost more people besides river calls than the fuck you raise.
I love it. I raise now to if he just calls showdown river and don't have to face another tough bet. I want to raise now so I don't face another. I'm just saying random shit. don't listen to me. Just a pure spiteful poker. Min raise here,
Call,
so he
comma.
calls and check the river, and we don't have to face another bet.
I love this one.
Just
These
some old
spirits,
level 1
killing
shit.
it. Call, comma. I hate you, Donker.
Min raise to 30, so
Everybody in the army calling right now.
All right. Main client is
Pran pleads the fifth. What are you doing?
main client's calling. Fund the min raise check raise here with the.
Call.
We can't check raise.
7 changes nothing. He says.
The min raise play didn't get jammed on. It was like, oh well, I was only gonna lose 30, and I didn't have to face a bet on a tough river anyway. So I'm just literally just playing devil's advocate for all the options I hate. But they can have some logic. All right, we're just calling here. Main client calling. I think I would have to being out of my mind or something to find some kind of raise here. It would just make no sense.
Nope.
The same exact rules on the turn as apply as on the flop. Are you raising for value or are you raising as a bluff? And he's condensed our range. We should be floating out some air, and he's still barreling. So when he's still saying he has a jack or better and raising now on the 7, a card that makes no sense, just fucking call, man.
I would argue I would fold this on some frequency.
Yep. No, I mean,
now is going 2/3 on turn.
wait a minute, but this is the
usually
dawn
jack
of
X.
Donktown. Yeah, it is, but this is the dawn of Donktown. So you have to at least keep him honest for one more.
Once in a while.
Yep. But at the same time, like, we got to keep him honest for one more street. I mean, we're not getting ran over here.
I would fold here.
All right,
We're calling. Let's find out.
let's do it. Fold is probably possible,
Now
but
that
I'm
we're on the turn, we
call.
do the exact same
I'm
exercise,
never
and we ask
folding.
what our opponent's range is going to look like. It's going to look fairly similar to
Probably
what it looked
raises
like
that
on the
free
flop. Just because our opponent is betting again for a second time doesn't mean they can no longer have mid-pair, bottom pair. 5-6 did improve to an open-ended straight draw. That's worth noting. And anything that has clubs with it has improved to a backdoor flush draw. So there's some hands that can have picked up some more equity. And we're still beating the 4s, we're still beating the 2s, we're still losing to the jacks. I think our hand is too strong to be folding. Again, when our opponent's leading out, it's usually on the weaker side of the spectrum of ranges rather than the stronger side. If we're ever raising, at this point, we would basically be raising
Value timing
to
yourself?
shut our opponent down and choose the price of the showdown. We'd be looking for the free showdown play. So I think if we're raising, a small raise is fine. We are giving the right price to a draw if we choose the size of 30. But we're also giving a not quite right price to a pair of 4s or a pair of 2s, which we'll probably call, just check the river. If we raise to 45, we're charging the draws appropriately. We may get them to fold. If that's the case, raising to 45 doesn't make a lot of sense because we only get called by a jack, and we fold out those draws that we would like to have continue. If our opponent's type to continue with those draws and play straightforward on the river, maybe we like the raise to 45 because we get to charge those hands, get some protection, get some value. But again, we're building the pot against a pair of jacks as well, which we don't love. So for all those reasons, I simply like calling. That's usually what we're going to be doing when we're in these situations. We're just playing our hand for what it is. It's a medium strength showdown value, and with medium strength showdown value, we don't really need to build the pot. River is the 3 of spades, and our opponent bets 20 into 50. What should we do? Should we fold, call, raise to 50, or go all in?
The only problem I'm having with this too, in my experience, like these donk leads are usually weak, but they're weak top pair a lot. And I'm just wondering when they do lead the turn with like a 4, pocket 6s or something like that, do they go 2/3 pot or do they lead small, small, small and try and buy their way to the river? In my experience, that's what these type of players tend to do. So when he sizes up on the turn, again, like it's just so jack heavy in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's also some bullshit heavy as well. Like people still
I don't
have
think
enough.
This player does that. I think there are players that do that. I don't know that this player does that.
I don't
That's
know
my
about
only
that.
struggle point.
Fair enough.
Praying Colin.
Sounds like
Still
PTSD
marginal.
to me, but you know.
I don't think it's PTSD. I think it's just what player pool does. We'll see.
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, no, specific kind of dunks like this, like, and
Tend to
then,
do, right?
but we can't just call. We just cannot only call when we have top pair plus in that situation when they dunk into us.
No,
This is
but
too. I think we start folding ace highs.
I'm
Like
gonna have sets here. I'm gonna have 5-6 here.
yeah,
You know
but
what I
at the
mean? I'm
same,
gonna have
but not much. That's not much of the time. Like we cannot just be only calling with top pair and the fucking goody two shoes in this spot. It's too tight. Versus some cat that's dunking into
That,
us.
like always has a jack.
Not always, man.
Maybe. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the solver would never have it that tight of a range. It
True.
would still meet MDF with a handful of its under pairs.
The solver's also
A
never
pair.
facing a donk lead and then a
You think
pot donk lead.
fucking
at that.
ever folding. The villain ain't thinking about our range. True. So everybody just call. Hate the River still calling with the recall. I think this can be a fold more than 5% of the time, but I'm calling.
Drum and Marlin folding. Everyone else calling.
So we know you're. Or he bet 3 times into this range.
This is fucking easy.
I see. I mean,
Not
it's
5-6
95.
Fuck.
Essentially playing the odds of channel points. Ooh, yeah, I got channel points on the line. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and close the thing because I gave it too long because you could predict afterwards, right? So I'll close it as we pick. I have to do it right at the same time. Fuck, I griefed this, didn't I?
There's a learning curve.
Yeah, it really is. All right. Well, let me make sure everybody's just calling over here. I think I would. We're getting what we got to call 20 to make. We're getting 3.5 to 1 with the pair over the second pair versus some dunk. I'm never folding. I'm not psyching myself out. We just give this man $20 and buy him a nice lunch, and then fucking like play more hands with him and get it back in a few. Because I mean, we're getting 3.5 to 1, like here, and I don't think the range would ever fold a hand this strong to that price. If you're playing theoretically, if you're talking yourself into this guy bet into you 3 times in a row, he only has a jack, and you want to play like that, sure, because the dunk ain't thinking about anything but their fucking cards, and the only cards he might do this with is a jack. So it depends on how you approach the game, in my opinion. And if you want to play the best, probably folding more, but I want to play theoretically sound and call. Buck theory versus the fish, true. I still think you could be. I think you could still be ahead sometimes. But let's see what Evan thinks. Everybody over here calling, so it does actually come down to that debate, in my opinion.
For sure.
In this situation, it's literally that debate.
I'm totally agreeing that I'm deviating from the solver here, and I'm deviating because I deviated.
He's deviating a tight way, and I'm deviating because he could have worse sometimes and just be all over the fucking place. So let's do it. We are calling.
Now, at this point, our opponent has bet all 3 streets into us. It's not the best river because 5-6 improves, 4-3 improves, and 2-3 improves as well. But in these situations where we're up against just random player,
I don't know how to do
stack
it.
size, they're often going to show up with just some random hands in these spots. And the donking range, again, is weaker typically from these players than the check raising or check calling range. Another thing we want to look at is the bet size here. Given that our opponent is betting 20 into 50 and we only need to call 20 to win a pot of 70, we're getting really good odds on our money here, and we don't need to show the best hand very often to have a profitable call. In terms of raising, don't think there's really much merit to that. We'd be going for extremely thin value. Do we think a pair of 4s is calling a raise to 50? Probably not. Same thing. If we're going all in, I guess we're trying to get a jack to fold. We don't really have any blockers to strengthen our case. Maybe 5s, 6s would be better hands to make that kind of semi-bluff with, because we block the straights, and it decreases the likelihood our opponent has that. But it's really not necessary to get fancy with this hand. We're getting a good price. We have the best hand often enough. This player's just been leading out.
Too good of a price.
And the price is nice. So we're just going to call here. If we face maybe a pot size bet, and it's on this particular river where there's a lot of 2-pair and straight combinations, maybe we find the fold, but not for this bet size, not against this player, not in this situation. We call, our opponent shows 8 deuce of clubs for bottom pair on the flop, turn flush draw, brick river. And,
guys,
that's why we sit in these games. That's why we sit in these shorthanded games, is to get to play lots of hands with these players who just aren't quite following the right ranges and right fundamental strategies. that we advocate here at PokerCoaching.com. Anyway, speaking of PokerCoach.com, that is going to wrap up this quiz.
Guys.
This has been Evan Jarvis for PokerCoach.com. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. Hope you learned a thing or two, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one.
What? Why, Don?
So
Why?
one thing I
Why?
will say, Toe's going to be right a lot, but always make these decisions math-based.
I would also actually I was going to
Like,
say
just
something.
do the math, bro.
I was going to
It's
say
like,
something
if he
kind of
goes back,
funny and
you know.
different. Like, I would think that we've been playing here for a minute and we would seen this guy make some
Bad.
off the wall plays, which would change my strategy here. If this was standard Limpy Collie donk guy, I think it's a lot of jack. This guy shows to be donkey with a bunch of spaz because this is spazzy as fuck. Then I agree, can never fold. So
Yeah.
it's going to take some reads here because this guy's going so off the wall, right?
How the
Good
fuck
quiz.
does Evan find a player like that at 1-2 online? And
And he only
where is
plays
he at?
ACR.
Are we about to? I'm about to DM. Hey, that hand? Where'd you play against that one cat at? What game was that? What site was that?
What's his real screen name?
Yeah.
Toe, he
What's his real
picks
screen
heads.
name?
He said we tied. You get a swish?
Oh, we did? Oh, fuck me. Yeah, we switched it.
All right. He says heads.
All right, main client. He's picking against you. You got tails, brother.
You want me to
Good
flip or
luck.
you want me to wait?
Fucking flip the shit and
Flip
just
it.
tell me what happens. He's flipping it and telling us.
Bang! Praying scores it.
Praying wants to flip?
Wins the flip. Heads it is.
Oh, piss. Yeah. At least I sent you your money from last week. I don't have to do it again this week. GG. Congrats, Yee. Unfortunate. You got to win your flips in poker. We have to win our flips in poker to win.
There's a lesson.
Well done,
There's
legend.
a lesson buried in here.
Yes. There's a lesson with these flips. When you get to the flip portion, you swish, you play the hand perfect, you get into with aces
Gotta win
and
the flip.
lose.
Yep.
You get into with ace king, play it perfect, lose.
Got to win
Yep.
your 90
This is
10s and
poker.
80 20s.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is a good lesson. All right, keyword man.
Keyword flips.
What was it?
Flips.
Flips. Win your flips. Win the flips. Losing flips in stream is mental preparation for that. True. For on the felt, yes. Get your flips in the chat. And as you guys are getting it in, you know what time it is. Do I have it up? No, I don't.
What time is it, Crazy Sixes?
It's time to shield the fucking Discord. You know what time it
shit.
is. Hold on. Guys, the study groups, every week we've been having a lot of success. Here's the events.
Cat flips.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's shit going on in the PC Discord. Our cash game study group, it's been gigantic. We've been going over all kind of different shit, marked hands, different concepts and whatnot, things like that. But the favorite is this Thursday study group, MTT. We do a lot of ICM work the past couple months, and a lot of students are just saying it's helping them tremendously. So
Tell them how much it costs, Sixes.
it's fucking free 99. Costs you guys nothing to get in there. And it's that you can watch the recordings if you can't make it, because I know people are working and shit like that. You can ask whatever questions, and it's free, man.
Also, all the study
How many
groups,
players are
this stream included, are recorded. And if you
Yep.
can't make them live for any reason, they are posted on the YouTube channel and or in the Discord. So you can go back and watch all of them all you want. If you see something in a video that you don't understand or you want to elaborate on, put a timestamp, ask one of the coaches, which is me, Sixes, and some of the guys that run those groups. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Literally,
Yeah, I mean,
best free content. I mean, hands down. And while
Yeah,
they
we're
do
getting
pay
there.
us
We're
to say
diving
that,
there, man.
it's just the truth.
Yeah, they take good care of us, so we want to take care of you guys and provide the best content and study and actually not cut corners and shit. We're pulling out the solvers. We're doing all the hard work together and trying to get better. So
Let's
it's
go
good.
super deep.
Yep.
Way deeper than
So there's that. Cool. I'm ready to roll it whenever you are, man.
yeah, I was looking for a quiz at the same time.
Oh, okay. Damn, Troy, run good.
We
The
got
last
Jelly.
person to enter, and bang, bang.
Jelly flexing with his global trophy and his avatar.
Look at you, brother. Good shit. What up, Troy? Let's get
Bam.
it. Scam began. Deku, why do you run so bad? You remember you used to run good in like
Use up all his juju.
2020? You remember you running good in 2020?
2020? Remember back
It was.
when?
Me and Deku used to. Dude, there was like 3 months where I swear to God, every night, every big tournament, we were at the final table, like playing for like fucking 10. We made so much money, like the good old days. Once upon a time, every big final table together. Damn. All right, cool. Which quiz?
1933.
Flag playing the backs, the 9-7 of hearts in the big blind. All right, that looks good. I'm clicking it whenever you're ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
In today's hand, we have 9-7 of hearts here in the big blind. We get an early position raise to 2 big blinds.
This mic, man.
The small blind's going to call, and we have a very easy complete in the big blind. The flop comes ace 8-7 with 2 diamonds. We're going to check everything here. No need to talk about that. And we face this 30% bet from the in position player. The small blind folds, and we have our first spot in the hand here. Should we fold, call, raise to 5 big blinds, or raise to 7 big blinds?
Where's the fuck you raise, guys? Let me see him.
Hold on. I'm gonna put the projection points out there. Raise 5. Raise 7.
Everybody call him.
You got 2 minutes to submit. Start prediction. All right, there. All right. Was this player in the back seat or was this the
This player
opener?
was in the back seat.
This is the back seat. Okay. So what are we doing here? The buy-in is no fucking clue. It doesn't matter. It's poker.
It's 33 to 215.
Or it's a spot he just made up as well. Wait, no, he has names in there. He couldn't. Oh,
That's
this is what's his name? DePaulo's right there, right? Isn't he YSJ to Kiss?
That is Tabalo.
Yep. No, actually, yeah. Damn,
Which is a bigger buy-in tournament.
Yep. Probably a 33, 55, 109, 215 even.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling one.
Literally
So
everyone in the
Troy's
chat
calling. Everybody in the chat. Wait, we have 17 big blinds effective. Yes, Molten.
Mm-hmm.
But this quiz, it's a call. This is actually very borderline between fold and call, he says. Ooh. Awesome. Everybody's just calling. Literally everybody. Even all the submissions. Cool. You doing anything outside of calling? Anybody folding?
I'm folding.
Toes folding.
Justin Saliba yells at me for making these calls multi-way every single week.
And you know what's fucked up?
Every time against the back seat. And you have no way to improve. Like, we have a little bit of way to improve, but when you face a double barrel, you're kind of fucked when you pick up a draw, right? Like, you're like, oh, piss. Right? And you're not even continuing with all of them. So, yeah, just fold down. You're out of position. You're fucked. You can't realize your equity.
All right. Kino says, I call, but fold it. Fold. It's to a point where 76 is hard. Is a fold. Yeah, I mean, man, this is fucking gross, isn't it?
He yells at me I don't know what Matt's going to say here because we have 17 bigs in a pair, but Saliba yells at me every week in Slack for making calls like this.
And it's funny because, like, I think from the coaching that we've had from Matt back in the day, and I've heard in his videos, and I've heard this so many times where you always call, like, your pair and stuff like this to a bet in the backseat getting the right price because the player in the backseat should be incentivized to bet all kind of different hand classes in the backseat. My question is, yeah, especially a board like this. So, yeah, I mean, I would just typically call, but I do wish I could fold because you feel like you just torch so much fun, especially. But I mean, one difference I make here is like 50% of the field plus in the money and stuff like that. This is just a fucking fold.
Snapple.
Money bubble. Snapple. Oh my God, you're just torching it, right? All right.
Everybody call. Let's do it.
Yep.
I think Matt's calling too.
Pretty tough close
Yeah,
spot
he at
here,
least
in my
acknowledges.
opinion. I think it's really close. If we had 9-7 of clubs, I think we have a no-brainer call.
Oops, I'm sorry. Let's see what it's.
Having the 9 here is a tiny bit problematic because when we turn 2 pair, we could lose to potentially Jack 10. Although this player in early position shouldn't have Jack 10 offsuit, so it's not as much of a concern. MDFs here get
Yes.
interesting multi-way, the minimum defense frequency. This isn't like, as a single raise pot, we have 2 players that can call this bet. So both of us can have, a lot of connectivity with this flop. So therefore we get to defend tighter than we normally would in a single raise pot. So we should come to the turn with a stronger range. However, we are responsible for most of the hero calling here on the flop. The small blind being squeezed in the middle. This 9-7 of hearts, if we were in the small blind, we could likely fold. Because we have the big blind left to act that can have a lot of flush draws, straight draws, all these types of hands. In the big blind here, since we're last to act, we're responsible for doing a lot more of the hero calling here to prevent this player from bluffing with any 2 cards.
Yeah.
So this is kind of one of those
That's why it
nuances
sucks.
in 3-way pots where we're going to call with the 9-7 of hearts here in the big blind. But in the small blind, we would probably fold this 9-7 because the big blind has so many strong hands here, combo draws, strong flush draws, etc. Where now in the heads up spot, this 9-7 of hearts is going to be a call. Interesting thing here when I looked at the solve here multi-way is we don't do any raising here from the big blind. We just play call or fold. And the main reason being that we don't have much ace X. Once we get this call from the small blind, we end up doing a lot of squeezing. And we don't play any raises here due to the in-position range having so much more of the stronger ace-x hands than we do.
Fuck.
We go for the call. King of spades is going to be a clear check with everything here. Potentially it was like a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, or a 5. We'd be doing some leading. But on the king, we'll be always checking to the in-position player. They check back. And the 5 of hearts comes on the river. Should we check, bet 3 big blinds, bet 7 big blinds, or go all in?
Well. Open muck the global special. All right. Well, you have 1 minute. You have 30 seconds to make a decision here. Channel points, 30 seconds. Dang. 30 seconds if you're using channel points.
Blocker for Dennis.
I'm sorry, I made it too short.
Blocker
Make
for
it.
Jerome. Blocker for Maggie.
Bet your channel points. Should have made it 2 minutes. My bad. Maybe I can reset the time, give more time.
Everybody block betting except for Joey. And Nestar.
Nope. Ooh, we got some. Ooh, this is going to be good. It's out.
Check.
Oh, you can't see the sizes? Fuck my life. I was looking at that. Well, you got to guess. The sizes were in the bet options. I typed them in. All right. What are we doing here, guys? All in 3 bigs. UCLA going 3. Praying going 3. Regional going 1. All in, boys. From Molten Ashes.
This is the toe blocker special.
I'm ripping it, Troy says.
Oh, fuck this guy. There's the bet.
Troy Run Good is all wins.
Really wants an 8 to fold.
Cat Jam moments have arrived. Now they have Kodak moments. It's a Cat Jam moment. 3 big blinds is interesting. Pray and praying for the fold. My God, this is interesting as hell, isn't it?
I know what I'm doing.
Did your guy go already? Because Troy is...
Jelly is blocking.
Jelly is blocking? Mm-hmm. All right, what is Toe doing?
Toe is checking. I don't really want to have a 7 when I block. I want to have an 8 or an ace when I block, and I want them to have a 7 when I block. So I would check.
All in. I think he checks in the backseat. Well, he bets in the backseat, right? He was the caller here. It feels like He would be betting a lot of turns on the board this wet.
It's too good.
He becomes capped as fuck to me. And we have all the 2 pairs. We have a 9, which means we can have 6-9. We can have 2 pair. In the big blind, we can have some of the weakest 2 pair, all kind of 2 pair straight combos. I'm fucking just jamming. This is I don't think we show down enough versus we can make some of his range indifferent as well. I'm probably just turning my shit. But also at the same time, like, is he checking an ace back in the backseat enough on this turn?
Sometimes I think it's
straight
betting
to
the
the
flush
plus.
a lot. So I mean, I would definitely have some jam bluffs here.
Spaz
for
out.
sure. I would have
I'm
some jam
spazzing.
bluffs here, but I don't think I would turn a pair like this into a bluff. Like,
I don't think this pair has any showdown value.
Yeah, that's where we disagree. I think it does, but it's interesting, super interesting.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not sure. And Troy is. I'm with you. Maybe we just spaz out. We make an aggressive mistake. Fuck it. You'll have that. Aggressive mistakes time. You ready?
Yep.
Close and interesting spot here on the river. And the question is,
We
do
have
we
worse
need a
hands.
bluff
We can turn
with
into
our
a bluff
9-7
as well.
hearts hands? And
It feels like we
very
do.
good way to start thinking is organizing our hands here. What types of hands do we call with
the
that
prediction.
are
Let me see.
potentially worse on the 9-7
Check. Wait a
than
minute.
the 9-7 hearts that
We have a lot worse hands.
And the 5 is a really good card for our range because a lot of our 5-6,
channel points?
5-4, 9-6, 5x of diamonds, like all improved to pairs. However, those pairs are worse than a pair of 7s. And also, it's going to be a lot better to bluff with a 5 here than a 7. Mainly because when the in-position player checks back, they don't really have like ace-7 or 8-7 or king-7, but they might have ace-5 suited. Maybe they have, a 7-5 suited every once in a while or a king-5 suited or something. They're more likely pocket 5s. They're more likely to improve on the 5 because they check back the turn. So I would bluff hands like 5-6, 5-4, 9-5. I'd bluff those hands before 9-7. And then we also have missed diamond hands. We have hands with 2 diamonds that miss. And we also have 10-9, Jack-9, Jack-10. So we have plenty of air hands here to bluff with.
True.
That 9-7, we're simply just going to check as a bluff catcher. And we'll deal with a bet when we deal with it. So this hand is just going to be in a clear bluff catcher category. Not saying we're going to call a bet, but we check and hope it just goes to showdown. We're probably going to lose, but we win just enough if it goes check. We face this cheeky 2.5 big blind bet.
What?
Should we fold? Should we
Never
call?
open the action again
Should
for
we
this.
raise to 7 big blinds?
I want to show you
Or
a
should
hand
we
I
go
found
all
with
in?
drugs where you 10% in position. It's the only time I've ever seen it. It's not this spot. It's a spot that I found randomly. That's the only place I've ever seen it.
Kino with the sub. Thank you for the 6th time. We do this every week at 12:15 p.m. Eastern time every Saturday.
Yeah. And Redstead and Scared
Oh,
Money, thank
shit.
you for the follows.
Let me start a prediction real quick. Start prediction. What should we do? Give you guys a second.
I hate this hand. Everybody call.
You have
Except
1
Jelly.
minute.
Jelly, what are you doing, Jelly?
Go. It's it. I'm Eastern. Cool. Yeah. All the study groups. My Tuesday cash game study group that we host is Tuesday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, and then a Thursday study group is at 12:15 p.m. Eastern as well. Need a prediction mod? Nah, bro. We don't have mods here anymore. My mods are all on paid leave.
Were they ever on paid anything?
No,
Just-
they're just on leave.
They're just on leave. There might be a correlation there.
Yeah. You need a mod?
6 is who you got,
What's
Jones or
your
Gagne?
play? I mean, it's hard not to take Jones, but Gagne is kind of slept on, but I'm taking Jones,
Capable.
of course. Yeah, he's capable. I think he's slept on. And he looks like he's stronger and more fit than Jones, but that doesn't matter in MMA.
No, and he also
None of that shit matters.
Yeah.
I don't know if I give you the mod praying and you just come in and just start perma banning everybody and making troll titles to get me banned and things like that.
What's up, Pete? How you doing, man? I didn't even know that command existed. Surprised.
All right, everything's out there in the channel predictions. And Troy, what were you doing here, my man? Troy, what the fuck? What were you doing here, brother? I'm folding now. He's folding
Jelly call.
and jelly calling.
We have to call.
Oh my
I mean,
God!
I would fold to like almost any one big more, but this is so small. How do we fold a pair for 2.5? We don't have to be good that much. And he can't turn. Damn it. This is where Toe yells at himself because every year he has a New Year's resolution where he doesn't call rivers like this anymore. And every year he gets in a spot like this. Every day he gets in a spot like this and makes a call. But I think for this price, like, fuck. If you told me fold, I wouldn't hate it.
What, 6-1?
Yeah.
Oh, like 5-7-5. So we need to be calling like 80% of our range.
Yeah.
Dude. We almost have to.
It is. It is.
I hate
our resolution
this.
every year, and I grief it first session of the year every time.
Like, what hands would just stab this small that wouldn't just use a bigger bluff size? Fucking pay the man. We pay off a king sometimes, right? Getting this price. We put in 2, we can potentially win like 16. Fucking pay the man.
And there's a decent amount of misdraws here. Miss flush.
Unblock. I mean,
7-8.
this obviously isn't maybe a high level player that still feels like we never have an ace X that can target a 7-8 with like king queen and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then like some super 5-head queens and jacks bet here to try to get value, but it's always he's gonna show you a king a fucking lot. But getting 6-1, I feel like we just have to call because I don't think he's gonna make this bet with like 10s or jacks ever or anything like that, or an 8. So it's like a king or nothing a lot. Or he check back some ace X and uses this size, which I think he should go bigger, but fuck it. Pay the man.
Yeah.
Oh, we're folding. It feels like we got to call so much getting 6-1, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right, let's do it. We're folding.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Listen to your resolution, Toe.
Yes.
I really
Good fold.
Listen to your resolution.
dislike calling here. I just don't think
Just
we
jam
have
it,
pot
maybe.
enough here. I think
Ever.
this is a spot where we either want to be folding or
Yeah.
raising all in. Now we will have some hands that improve on this river that might be trying to check to protect some of our. We have a lot of hands like 8x and 7x that we want to get to showdown. So therefore we're going to check some of our stronger hands that are capable of check raising some, ace x, 2 pairs, some king x hands, etc. Maybe a 9-6. 5-6 or a hand with a 5 in it is likely going to be a better check raise all in with this hand. This hand is definitely like a candidate to check raise all in. However, I do find that these small 2.5 big blind bets, in my opinion, are just too strong. This bet should be like pocket tens or something like that, a weak, very weak, thin value bet. However, I find people
that's what I was
try to
saying,
get too
like-
tricky and trappy with these types of bets that I'm not a huge fan of shoving, just because I think the range is too strong that we're shoving into, rather than what the bet actually represents. So I think we see way too much like King X here and stuff like that. That should probably just be checking back, but they think they're trying to induce shoves here. Potentially maybe pocket aces going for would kind of make sense for this.
Yeah, happened to
because
me
it blocks
yesterday.
and calls. It's really opponent dependent. I think I like fold against a lot of people. Potentially a shove is reasonable, and a call is not that unreasonable here. However, I just think these bets are too strong, and not a huge fan of calling here.
Sweet.
I
Listen to
ended
your
up making a
resolution,
fold,
Toe.
and
Listen.
I think I'm fine with that.
We don't see the hand anyway, Kino. Good fold. I agree with them. I mean, you're just value owned towns 90% of the time. Like,
I said, never call these river bets, Toe. And here
Yeah,
I was.
you
I'm like,
just moved.
2.5. I'm going to call. Nope.
Star, thank you for that follow. Is that the same Star from the study group? Welcome, my friend. If so, Good to see you. And I think we have time for uno más.
Do it.
One more time. Are you done?
No, I mean it's fine. I was
Yep.
surprised. I thought you for sure were gonna.
Oh no, the house is empty. Everybody's gone. It's quiet. I'm not getting pressured to do anything. So we
How
can do
come
one more.
the first session, Albatross? Literally, the first session is when that resolution was.
GG. Cool. You want to pick the keyword? If you don't,
I was gonna pick it, but I think resolution might be too hard of a.
yeah, we ain't stop it. Punt.
Punt, fine.
Punt, anything. Punt.
What up, Dennis? How you doing, man?
Bang.
Yeah, John, man. Be in Discord if you want.
Please, no dog jealous. Vote on a keyword. This gambler, damn, this cat got a problem. That's good. Cat jam and punt. Awesome. Last quiz of the day. Go here. Thank you guys for coming out and kicking it. And LaRock, good luck tomorrow. LaRock won the 270 satellite ticket straight up in my giveaway. So he's playing in the IPO Saturday tomorrow to hopefully win a trip and come kick it in Dublin with me. I'm going to be playing to try to give away a seat to somebody as well. So I'm going to be playing at 270 tomorrow and attempting to win a seat. So, and if I do, we're giving this shit away as well. Gonna max late reg. That's interesting strat to max late. I'm gonna be in there early, so I need the content and it's good to do, right? So won the 1998 World Series of Keno. I am the Keno World Champ.
Disrespect. 2-time video game champion, 1996, 97.
You got a quiz?
You know who loves Keno? Machine Gun is the fucking mad Keno player. That's his vice. All right, we drawing? We picking a quiz? What are we doing?
We can do both.
You want to go on the?
I kind of like looking at this cash game. I was looking at a good one.
1931, final table adjustment.
Yes. No, I was looking at that. Then I was looking at more casual. But yeah, that's why I wasn't. Tristan's our boy. I mean, he's a beast. But I was also looking at some of the other titles were attractive.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're closing out with Dennis bringing in Team Toe Legend. So close us out. Good luck, Dennis.
Well. Shadow Knight. What's up, man? Welcome.
Oh, yeah, V. I got hacked a while back.
Good luck, my friend. Carry the Mafia to a dub today. Have we won one? We got good scores, but we lost a flip. Wait a minute. What was the score for the last one? Oh, no. Did we just dip set and not even call a winner? Wait a minute. We won the last one. We did? I think we just fucking didn't even. I think we just.
I didn't even fucking look. What the fuck? I got distracted by a DM too, and I didn't even hear that.
We got a 36. Oh no. We have a 27. I can go back and see our score.
Matt Affleck. Oh, you beat us.
Yes.
We got griefed on.
We got a 27.
Yeah, you got griefed on that one.
Troy! Oh my god, I'm sorry, my dude. We just both boomed the fuck out of there.
That's funny. That's funny.
Literally boomered out of there.
I wouldn't even notice. I would have kept going.
Yeah, I looked.
You were talking about it right now, and I was distracted. I still wouldn't have noticed. I just kept going.
Make sure to whisper me, my dude. Yeah. All good. I'm here for the educational purposes. And you make a quick 5 spot, champ. Thanks for carrying the Mafia for a dub today, and I got you. Make sure to whisper me, man.
Tina's when you're too drunk to see straight. One another pina colada.
All right, what number are we doing again?
No letdown, Jelly. Learning opportunity.
Hey, that man
Never
his
let
5.
down. Abba. It's always good.
No, I forgot. Final table adjustment, 1931.
Yep.
And Shadow Knight. Be ready,
Dennis.
my friend.
Let's do it.
And wait a minute, I lost it. Oh, it's the Queen Jack of Clubs. Let's do it.
Right.
Here we are at the final table of a $10,000 buy-in tournament. A good, strong, tight, aggressive player in the hijack opens it up off of a medium stack. I have a boatload of chips. Everybody else does not. I'm in a very good spot as the very nice chip leader. All right, folds to me on the button with queen jack of clubs. Should we fold, call, re-raise to 350,000, or go all in?
Here we go. Here we go. This is fortunate because this man studies ICM every week, and he's at these 10K final tables every goddamn day. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Crazy Sixes in the house. So this should be a good quiz. Call for Dennis.
I'm gonna all in. I hear my shit. I said I'm getting subs. I better put this in. We're gonna give you guys 1 minute to make a decision here. What is happening? UCLA gifted 5 subs. That's what happened, my dude.
Oh shit.
Eric, thank you, champ, man. I appreciate you, brother. You the man.
We got a lot of
Love
options
to our
here.
man, UCLA guy.
We got all the options but folding.
Shadow Knight, 3-betting to 350.
Man.
That audio clip, yeah, I know. It has to be. I think I'm gonna burn this fucking place down if I don't. Yeah. I love it. Call. Height. I'll take the long shot and cat jam, he says, for point purposes.
Oh,
Look,
shit.
could be a shove too, he says. Damn, everybody wanting to rip a roo.
Contrast says, why do I feel like Queen Jack O is a 3-bet and suited is a call toe? And then he raises the suited anyways. That's funny contrast.
What to do?
Get 3-bet a call for VFX. Dennis is calling.
Dennis is calling, and we're going 350 of those Ks.
Awesome. Pure call.
Pure call. I mean, he is at 30. Man, I'll tell you what, I will be 100% honest. The ICM pressure that we could put on his range by just jamming with these stacks would be fucking gross. I think I'd rather call than 3-bet and then 3-bet this hand. It's either call or go all in.
What would you do with Queen Jack O?
Oh, that's the auction.
Fold.
Yeah. I mean, this. I think
You're playing a mid-game strat here at the final table, much different
you
from
don't-
ICM.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go 350 and then get 4-bet jam with Queen Jack, and then you're 3-betting a hand at a final table without a blocker, and you're not like you. It's not a great bluff candidate or anything like that. Like you either want to jam it all in, or call. If he had 20 bigs or something like that, I would. If he had 25 bigs, I'd probably jam. I'm leaning more call, in this spot as well.
And this hand too. So like we fold the Queen Jack O in here. Like if we 3-bet this and don't go all in, and then they jam, like what a terrible situation for such a pretty hand, right?
Yeah, but I mean, King Jack, Queen Jack suited. You find a ginormous amount of 3-bet jamming, deep ICM, and final table bubbles. I mean, not just final tables because of the implications we could put on him. He just needs to call with like aces, kings, queens, and shit like that. Ace, king, probably even folds ace, queen in a spot like this. All right, we're going 350, which I pray to God this is a thing, but I don't think it is.
Dennis
so
calling. Let's find out.
Yep.
As long as you don't fold, I think whatever you do is at least acceptable. I don't really love a small re-raise in this spot because if we do re-raise small, sometimes the opponent's going to rip it in with a hand like ace-x suited, and then we're going to fold, and that would be quite bad because we have very good equity. So I think I either want to call or just jam it in myself. Notice that the hijack who opened has a 33 big blind stack, which is very solidly in second place. This is the one player who really does not want to go broke right now, given all the other players are shallower than him. So I think shoving is great, but I think I like calling even more. If we call and get jammed on by someone yet to act, we can probably get out of the way at that point. And, our hand flops really well. We're going to be able to play in position incredibly well in this scenario, and that's what we're going for. So we call.
Oh, yes.
We see it heads up. Flop comes king, 8, 6, 1 club, 2 hearts. should we... Well, the opponent bets 165 into 410. Should we fold, call, raise to 360, or go all in?
This is where things get tough.
Maggie,
you gotta master the art of playing post, even sometimes when that's uncomfortable, because all the money in this game is made post flop. Fold for Dennis. Call for Meatball. Decent amount of folds. Raise for TKO, not scared.
Raise. Call again. Keynote's calling. I would never put myself in this spot. What do you? Yeah, hell yeah, you would. And if you don't, you're probably griefing it too often. See one more. Call. Shadow Knight's calling. We didn't get the best score on the flop, but we're certainly not dead. We still have to play the hand out to our best of our ability.
Mm-hmm.
You make a mistake in a poker hand, a session, you still have to right the ship and play, like, move on from it in poker.
Joey floating. A lot of calls.
This is a call, but channel points aren't worth betting on. Oh, there's levels to this shit now.
It's too close to call. You're not betting on this fight.
See, looking at this board, you're not ahead really. You have backdoor flush. You need 2 cards for a straight. Feels like shit. Bad reverse implied odds of both queen jack since he has ace queen and ace jack. Call mainly worried about all king x front door flush, but we still have enough outs and bluffs on the river. All right, bravo, Mike. How is this not a snap fold? He says.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
Mid game, calling 100%. At the final table, calling probably 0% if I'm honest. If you told me you're supposed to call here with 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush, I get it. But I'm going to float this a little bit. These like weaker draws, a bit less at the final table specifically, and when there's ICM involved. So I would fold here, I think, a lot. If it was a 9, I'd be more inclined to call. Right, King 9-6 versus King 8-6, and I had a little bit more, but draw equity. Also, if there was some version of me having an overcard to the top, I would certainly call. But I can't outdraw with the top pair.
Given that the frequency of hijack betting out of position versus button here should be pretty low overall, we're blocking like king, queen, king, jack. We have some back doors. Maybe there's going to be scare cards that he checks back on turn a lot. I'm pretty floaty in these kind of spots. When I think general pop and people just I raise, so I got a C bet, and then don't know what the fuck to do on turns, and then we own them, right?
Yeah, I would have the same thought process and make the same exact play as you, 100% without ICM pressure.
No, I think there's no ICM pressure. We're fucking. We have 100 bigs. Like, I'm gonna float one and keep his ass honest. And if he ever, like, he's not gonna be incentivized to just double barrel bluff and shit like, and like we get pretty honest responses throughout the hand. We turn equity. We can I think there's some merit at this stack deck to floating, blocking a lot of the top portion of his range. Of course, he still has ace king, but we even get turns where if we pick up clubs, we can call, and if he checks, we get to bluff.
My only counter argument to that, playing devil's advocate, is that I'm a little afraid of picking up equity on the turn, because in these ICM situations, I don't want to float as much, and now I got to put more chips in where the chips I save are more valuable than the chips I earn.
Yeah, but we are literally a 3x on the table, and we can just bust a player. There's just a lot of good things that can happen. I think this is one of the sweet spots where we have some flexibility to make some lucid calls and make some plays with literally a fucking 3-1 on second. So I don't know. I mean,
I think he's going to call. I think he's going to call here probably, but I would fold with ICM. So let's find out.
Yep. Stacks are closer. I'm out here every time.
Oh, Dennis is folding. We're going to find out.
And we are floating. Let me make sure. See one more and call. Yep, we're calling. Let's go ahead and do it.
I think we really only have 2 good options here, and those are to call because we're in position, getting great odds with a bunch of backdoor draws, or we should.
Are you guys cheating? How did everybody know call?
The same reason.
If our hand was a little bit worse, more standard play, I think.
Maybe, I don't know, queen 9 of clubs, maybe, I would be a little bit more inclined to raise, but even then that might still be a fine hand to call. Maybe jack 9 of clubs. Something like that would be an okay hand to raise. I'm not sure actually I want to have a ton of raises in this spot, even though we are the big stack. Typically the big stack at final tables does raise a little bit more often than normal, so I'm sure it's supposed to have some raises as bluffs and both for value, but I think this is a spot where this hand plays perfectly fine as a call. We can't fold because we're getting great odds, and we also don't want to rip it in because then if the opponent has anything good, they're going to call, and we're going to be in awful shape. So either a call or a raise small is fine. Turns of 4 of spades, we have nothing. And the opponent checks. Should we check? Bet 175,000, bet 350,000, or bet 675,000?
What do we do? He quote capped.
What are we doing? It's pretty straight. Raging Out says 675. Doom says 350. UCLA says 350. Why have all the chips if you're scared to use them with blockers and backdoors? That's what I'm saying. We got a fucking 100 bigs and we're folding to a float with 3-to a straight, 3-to a flush versus the world that just C-bets out of position too much with no plan. I'm never folding. Now you gotta say it, take a stab. Big Shay says, hell, 350, 350, 350. Streaming in there. John says, I ain't never checking. Shadow says 350, the easiest shit.
ICM this clown.
Have some showdown. Maybe check, Kino says. You see one person says never checking to have some showdown, maybe check.
There's a lot of 350s in my chat.
This is why the study stream is good.
And VFX is the only small better.
Independent chip model, this clown. D Coot says. I like 350, but 50 check shows weakness and a little caution on villain's part. We got to start. All right. We are, let me make sure what my friend is doing here. Where you at, champ? Did he not say anything yet? Oh, piss. Where you at, Shadow Knight? Oh, 350 as a bluff. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a lot. Sometimes you guys got to tag us. And I said you did, and I'm booming again. Oh my fucking god. You won. I quit.
All right, guys, been a good stream. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to click follow for my buddy Crazy Six.
4 years. My brain is fucking mush. I'm done.
A lot of 350s here. What are you doing?
Snap 350.
Snap 350.
That's
I'm going
it.
to tell you right now, I also jammed the river. So if you're just going to know what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. This is exactly why I didn't float the flop sixes, because I can't control myself. I don't want to put myself in this situation.
You're playing great poker. What do you mean? It's good fucking poker.
350 sets up a good stack to pot ratio, too, where it's a 1-to-1 jam on the river.
How many times is the guy going to open in the hijack here, C-bet like ace-10, like ace-9, ace-jack, bet an underpair that he shouldn't, bet jack 10, like stuff like that, and then just, I don't know.
Here's the problem with the smaller bet 2V is that if you had a value hand, would you small bet on this board that's got all sorts of straight and flush combo draws on it and shit? Like, no, you bet big. So.
Well, the solver might have 33 out of position. Oh, but you're talking about our bet. Yeah. Yep. No, you're talking about us.
Yep.
All right.
Dennis checking.
350. Let's do it.
Here we go.
When the opponent checks the turn, even though we have nothing, I think we have to go for a bet. And
Well
we want to go for a
done,
size
champ.
that can conceivably set up a river jam. So
Bet 350.
I like
Well
something
done,
like
champ.
350. If we go 675, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fold equity immediately, but if we do get called for 675, we may just be bluffing into a range that is not folding on the river, which would be a big bummer.
No mas.
So I think 350 is nice. That's going to make the pot go up to 700K. I'm sorry, what am I saying? It's going to make the pot go up to 1.5 million. Opponent's going to have 1.4 million left. And that'll let us jam the river. You may ask, would you actually just bluff it off right here at the final table? With a queen high? The answer is definitely, because unless the opponent has a king, they're going to be in a pretty rough spot. And you have to realize the opponent's going to have a lot of hands like under pairs, ace high, an 8, etc. So I definitely like going for a turn bet and then a river jam, as I would do if I had a decent king and better, which obviously I could have. So we go 350. Opponent tanks, and then folds. Pocket tens.
Let's go.
I know because I watched it on the stream, not because he showed me. But, I mean, this shows you the power of just like going in position, seeing the flop, getting a board that's just not great for your opponent. And they're kind of forced to give up because, again, they really don't want to go broke before these other much shallower stacks. And I don't really fault the opponent for his play. To be fair, I probably would have checked the flop with the tens and called flop.
You should not be c-betting tens on this flop. Who does this?
Would I have continued betting the turn? Ugh, I don't know. This is a scenario whenever the opponent is very clearly middle stacked. I think he needs to be way more inclined to check with a lot of his range, because if he just bets the flop, he
even
sets
check
this
all
up
your
where it's
kings
actually
here
in by the river, and he really doesn't want this to happen.
Keep the bluffs in.
Then you're protected
So
from
I
having
think in
this.
this spot, the opponent would much rather
Shit
check call
on.
flop, check call turn, probably check fold river, but balance that out by check calling with a decent amount of kings as well. And just checking a lot here.
Yes.
I mean, this is a spot where the opponent just does not get to put a lot of money in the pot because they're out of position against the big stack with a bunch of shallow stacks at the final table, and we took away the pot this time.
Got him.
So something to think about. Whoever this player is, like in this spot, who makes this c-bet that's not really a thing out of position, is playing a fucking 10K US. You ain't got to be the greatest player to make these spots. You can make mistakes and still get here. I hate a c-bet there with 10s.
It's terrible. It's such a standard check too, right?
Ugh. Oh, it's dog shit.
Yeah.
You're
So
just going to
checking
get
every
floated and check. Like, no matter what happens with your 10s, if you don't take it down, you've lost the pot almost every time because you can't do any. It
You
feels
set
bad.
this up. Yeah. You set up this exact scenario.
Sweet. We got a 26.
We got smoked. Dennis just got humbled. He always wins, and he got humbled as a motherfucker. So you know what we're studying on Tuesday,
Shadow
Mr.
Knight.
Dennis? ICM.
Shadow Knight, well played, yee. Make sure to whisper me, and I'll ship you 5 ACR PayPal or something like that. But yeah, make sure to whisper me, and I'll get you 5 ACR. Well done. But yeah, that's gonna do it. We actually went over. We went past 2 p.m. today, so that's how much we care about you guys, and we want to see you guys get better. Thank you guys for the support, and make sure to give my man GodsBigToe
before you go down this
follow.
route, you want to
we're
host
done.
a chat revoked?
Hell yeah, I want to throw the
So
host
you
to
can-
chat room. What kind of question is that? Of
You
course.
can get your raid ready while we chill.
Damn, look
this
at
teamwork?
you.
See
I
this teamwork?
see. No, you just holding my hand through this process again. Thank you for telling me what to
but we're in
do.
public, so we're calling it teamwork. Guys, don't
Chat
forget to
revoked.
give. Thank you, Brian, for getting all those in there. Did you get the caster command? No, it's caster.
All right.
There you go.
Yep. Make sure to give my man Toe a follow. And guys, let me cut this shit out before.
YouTube,
Here's-
Discord, all that in the
Shout
chat. We
out.
talked about it. Also, PC in either chat.
So-
You get a link to sign up free for quizzes for this stuff and big blind charts and some homework assignments. Check it all out. Lots of free content.
Yep, getting that Discord, but I'm doing the thing now, Toe, where I'm rating them.
I'm waiting for you. I'm ready to go.
Oh shit! All right, 5, 4. All right, guys, have a great week. I'm gonna be on stream tomorrow playing a massive session, and we are going to be playing for an IPO seat, so it'll be massive. All right, guys, take care. Peace. That.